Okay, I think we should be live now. Let's see what happens here. I'm just gonna start working on this thing. Okay. That's working good. Hopefully the audio works. Need to fix up some stuff here. I don't know how Krita does these things, but let's see. Alright. Testing out Krita. There's a lot of stuff I need to figure out with my settings. I think the thing that really bothers me is that I don't know how to transform yet in certain things, so I'm going to be learning all this stuff on the fly. It's probably early in the morning. So I don't know what it's like for. Actually, something I really like about Krita is I can rotate now. Yeah, that's cool. Also, I think Krita has a really good mirroring tool and Photoshop doesn't. So that's going to be awesome. Eventually I'm going to need to be able to do that, so it's good to have it on there. Do it here. Maybe I'll actually get a lot of work done today. Who knows? It's crazy, I've been away from chat for so long, I don't know what's going on anymore. I think somebody's here. Oh, hello. Hi, Huntress Wizard. I didn't think anyone was in chat, so how's it going? Yeah, testing out some stuff today. I don't know what's going on with this because see, like, all my settings are messed up on this. Does everything show up on your end? Like, I don't know if anything's even working properly. Should have done a test stream with this new setup. Gotta get used to Krita's brushes and stuff. Trying to figure out which ones I like. Anxiety? You got anxiety? That's not good. What are you anxious about? You tripping out about something? Sometimes I get anxious for no reason. I have to remind myself there's nothing really to worry about. I don't know where that comes from either. Like, I think it might be a genetic thing. Some people are really just naturally anxious, and other people are super chill. Like I have to like practice being chill. You know, it's not something that comes naturally to me. Especially when I'm streaming, I I get so nervous, and I'm just like, what am I even saying? Drawing, streaming at the same time, it's all difficult. It's like anxiety inducing, and yet I have to be chill. Like none of that stuff makes sense. I haven't streamed in a while, so I'm a little rusty too. I don't know. Yeah, it's a nightmare for a lot of people, I think. I feel worse for people that don't even realize that it's a state of mind, you know, that you can choose to. There's a voice in your head, right, that you can choose to ignore. And if you actually listen to the voice in your head on repeat, it just says the same stuff over and over again. And once you silence that voice in your head, everything's like so much better. But it requires a lot of work. Hello, Dead Severed Head. How's you doing? Oh my god, it's Digital Arcast. What up, dog? You stole my PNG tuber idea. I've been seeing it a lot, actually. You know, the first person I noticed who did this was what's his face? Simon from the Monster Garden. He has a really cool PNG tuber thing, and I wanted to try it out. So I did Blythe, and he's dead. You know, he's got a skull face and a little box watching me draw. Well, though I don't know how that makes any sense, but whatever. Yeah, it must be difficult, but remember, we are happy to watch you stream. Well, okay, cool. I mean, I was gonna try to stream and oh, geez, I'm gonna try to do something where I don't have to worry about my camera overheating today. That's why all my streams are really kind of quick, and I wanted to see if I could actually do something digitally for once. I've been away from the digital art stuff for so long that, for one, my Photoshop kept crashing on me while I was trying to stream or do a test stream, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. So I needed to learn Krita because it doesn't crash on me, and there's stuff on Krita that I like mirror tool and rotation, the way the rotation works and all that stuff. Digital Artcast, I've seen your streams, dude, but then like they disappear on Twitch, I guess. So all the streams you've done, they don't record, like they don't have like a record of them on there. So I was like, what the heck, man? And I guess you don't stream on YouTube, or I think I saw one of them. So I don't know what the deal is with that. If you need a help with making a super cool one that follows your hand, let me know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it might be a little too distracting if I, you know, keep this thing on here, but I don't know. It feels weird being a faceless YouTuber. I wanted to put something up, you know. It might be a little bit weird for people, so I might get rid of it or not have anything at all. Grab an iPad Pro and get into Procreate. I might actually have to do that because I'm not 100% sold on Krita yet. So far I like it, but yeah, I gotta learn to do certain things, you know. I'm too used to Photoshop, so I'm trying to break old habits and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell what people think of these things. I personally think they're awesome, but you know, I don't know how everyone else feels. Maybe they'll be like, nah, dude. Like you said, I think some people might find it cringe, but I'm a cringy dude. All I do is cringe, so it kind of fits with me. I'm just cringe-tastic, so it makes sense for me to do something like that. Yeah, I think so. I think it gives people something to, you know, because there's a lot of dead time when you're not doing stuff, so it gives them something to look at, I guess. Codex says, I honestly love Krita a lot. The only thing I wish is it had cloud save, but for now I just have to stick with pen drive. Interesting. Yeah, I tried it. This is my like third time actually using it. I wanted to actually try to do a finished piece on it because all I've been doing is trying out brushes and stuff, seeing what I like. I like the brush selections that naturally come with it, so I don't have to get packs and stuff. Yeah, but drawing and doing a stream is I still it's never gotten easier. It's I feel like it's getting harder for me to actually draw and stream at the same time. Lynn Rowan, how's it going? I think it looks awesome, Marty. The OC art, and that's what we're here for. Cool. Okay, I just need to chill out then. I don't know why I get nervous doing these streams. It really kind of sucks that I can't just be chill. I'm trying to be chill, not nervous. So let's just get into it. I feel like people are showing up, so I gotta actually explain what I'm doing here. So this character that I'm working on is part of a project called The Eternal Ruins. Here on YouTube, there's this guy named Sam, and he's doing a world building project kind of thing. Anyways, he had a thing on his Discord where he allowed people to create these guys called Wanderers. Just like they kind of exist in this world, and he gave you a chance to create your own, and it was pretty cool idea. So I missed the opportunity to do it at the time, so I'm just making one now for fun and to test out Krita. So killing two birds with one stone, I guess. Yeah, Lynn Rowan, I feel like I will never get used to streaming, but maybe eventually I'll figure it out. DS says hi, how you doing? Digital Artcast said, like I said, death is inevitable. Do your thing. Yeah, it is inevitable. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to approach my YouTube channel is right now, because lately I have kind of abandoned it for a few weeks because I started a new job, and I was like, I can't keep my YouTube going anymore, and I lost like all the extra time I used to have to work on my channel's gone. So today is the only day I had to do anything, and I was like, I can't even work on my Elden Ring book right now. It's all discombobulated for me right now. But yeah, I'm gonna try to actually start drawing now. Hopefully I'll. If anyone has any questions, let me know. But yeah, Digital Artcast, dude. I've been watching a lot of your interviews lately, and I appreciate that you're still doing it, because a lot of people, the industry's in a really weird place right now, and I feel a lot of people need insight into what's going on, and a lot of people you talk to have first-hand account knowledge of what's going on with concept art and illustration and all that stuff. I recommend people check out your interviews for sure. DS says, after seeing your Elden Ring sketchbook, I decided to draw a few pages like that too. Yeah, the weird thing is I'm like, I just need like a few more pages so I can do part 3, but these last few pages have been really painful for some reason. Like, I don't know, I just don't have the energy for them after work, and I'm like, I keep putting it off, but I really want to get out part 3 real soon, and hopefully, because it's gonna be a different thing. It's almost like a comic book situation that happened in part 3. I don't know. I don't want to say too much. You guys will see when it comes up. Digital Artist says, honestly, man, sometimes I'm like, is it even worth it? But I know it helped people, so I try to keep going. Yeah, I mean, it's all about what you want, like, if you enjoy doing it, then just keep doing it. If you're doing it because you just want people to enjoy it, maybe there's other things, out there. But I'm always doing the stuff that I like, even if people don't like it, And I've been through times when nobody cares about what I'm doing, so I get it, You just gotta do what you enjoy, and hopefully people will pick up on it. Coda says, with digital painting, having any type of texture on brush always adds so much appeal to a drawing. Yeah, with Krita, like, or with this brush that I'm using, it's like a charcoal thing. I think I like the fact that it ends up feeling more traditional, like a pencil or a brush, like an actual pencil, I like that. Even though it's muddy line work right now, eventually I'll clean it up, and, it'll get more digitally looking probably at that point. But for sketching purposes, I like the way the the brush looks right now. And Rowan says, when you don't have the energy or time to practice, try to meditate on the subject matter you want to produce. It helps me. Yeah, I've always figured meditation's the best way to go. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't really work for me, but yeah, I feel you. I agree. Digital Outcast, I'm definitely close to giving it a break again and focusing on myself. I might do a few more up until summer and then maybe take the rest of the year off. Yeah, I don't even know how you manage interviews like that. I don't. You have to like set up a time to interview people, and then you gotta do the interview, make sure everything's good. Like that's a lot of work and effort. I don't know how people do stuff like that, man. I wouldn't be able to do that. So my hat's off to you, buddy. And then SM58 says, "Dud, you're God." Yes, I'm definitely a dud for sure. Not much of a god though. I'm a dud. I know, dude, you're. I like Dud. That should be my new nickname. What's up, Dud? All right, I'm gonna try to actually do something here. So the thing I like about this project that I'm working on is that it's kind of Ghibli-esque, and Ghibli stuff is always fun for me to draw. I haven't done it in a while, and originally my Elden Ring sketchbook, the idea behind it was I was gonna make it like all Ghibli style, hence why I used watercolors and stuff. But I ended up going more like towards the actual what proportions were in the game and stuff like that. And you can tell in the beginning I was a little more cartoony, and then eventually I shifted. And it still evolved after that too. Like it was a weird thing to do. But now I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna finish the dang thing. Feels like I feel like I'm slowly giving up on that project, to be honest. With work and not being able to do YouTube full time, it's like I gave myself too big of a project, and I also wanted to do world building, so I'm like, I'll never get to do that. And then the industry, I hear people talking about bad stuff, and I'm like, come on, man, that's not motivational. So I'm trying to stay positive with everything. Definitely hyped for the DLC DS. I think that might actually reinvigorate me for that last leg of the sketchbook. I've been looking into a lot of lore stuff. There's after the story trailer came out recently. I guess a lot of people are starting to make more connections, and I'm just like, oh god, the lore people are going crazy right now. Like everyone is Mikola, everyone is Marika, everyone is Mesmer, and they're all the same person. Basically, is what I'm understanding about Elden Ring right now. Codex asks, is your work also art related? Unfortunately, you guys want to know what I actually do for a living, like to make actual money? That would be funny if you guys found out what I actually do, because you'd be like, what the heck? Why does this guy not draw for a living? And I guess it's pretty obvious why I don't draw for a living. I'm not that good, you know. I'm not good enough to be a professional artist, I don't think. Professional artists, they don't waste their time doing stuff that I do. They actually work on projects for clients, and like they just have a way to do things that I don't have. Then I don't navigate the I don't network properly, probably. There's lots of reasons why I don't do it professionally. But for reals, what I do for a living is I actually work outdoors mostly, which is the exact opposite of when I'm drawing. I'm always stuck indoors. But to balance it all out, my actual day job requires me to go outside and touch grass, basically. Like literally touch grass. Digital Archive says, 10 years of interviews and 5 years in industry. I'm going to tell you straight up, you are good enough to work in the industry. Well, that's nice to know, but I think there's more to just being good enough to work on it. I think you have to actually have that mindset naturally. Like, you have to believe it yourself. And I just don't have that kind of confidence in myself to work on a big project anymore. Like, I just don't have it. I don't feel like I can live up to the expectations, you know. So I try to just do my thing, and if people like it, it's awesome. If not, that's cool too. Eventually, I hope to have something that, you know, makes it all worth it in the end. But I appreciate the sentiment. Lynn Rowan says their way was taught to them by their community they work in. That's how all those tricks of the trade are given. Their way was taught to them by their community. I guess. I mean, not really sure what you mean there, but mate, nah, you'd easily get work, trust me. But again, it's up to you. No, I've had work before. I think when I'm actually working on a project, that's when I realize like this isn't for me, you know. There's aspects of working in the industry that when you're in the thick of it, like you realize like it kind of takes away something about creating. It's almost like this idea like you either work for the art or you work to make a living kind of thing. And it's always a weird balance. For me, I just kind of settled on it's not for me, you know. But I've worked with small studios and I've worked with big studios, and I left that world behind. I think the problem with me is that I just never took it as seriously as I should have, and it kind of shows, you know. I just like to do it for fun. I don't like to do it for money. Maybe one day though, I'll figure out how to deal with all that. Yeah, I don't think I could ever um, say for sure what would be the best thing for me, you know? Like working at this studio or that studio on this type of project or all that stuff. That's why I tell people you gotta treat it like a job, etc. Don't get caught up and keep it personal art. Hmm. Yeah, everyone's situation is different, you know. Some people have time to work on stuff, and some people create nice portfolios that, you know what? Actually, some people they just get in because they know the right person. Some people get in because they're really good at it and they're really fun to work with. There's all kinds of reasons why people are doing what they're doing. But I've never really found my place in the industry. I never felt comfortable working there. Um, Even though I was loved by the people I worked with, like people liked working with me and they liked my work, I never personally felt comfortable working on stuff. So I think it's a problem with me, dude. I don't know what it is with me. The way my mind is. I feel really uneasy in most places, most situations. I think it has to do with my personality and how I think of myself in situations. I'm really messed up mentally, I think. I need to see somebody about that and figure out what's going on. Okay, buddy, I gotta go. But please come on the podcast and chat. Do a deep dive. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually take you up on that at some point. Hopefully, I can get back into the swing of things. I've been away from all that stuff for a while. But yeah, it would be fun to do a impromptu type interview and see how it goes. I'm all up for it, but let's set something up. I'll actually email you when I get the chance to do all that stuff. But like I said, I've been really busy with my own stuff, working outside of YouTube. So at some point, though, maybe after I finish part 3, I'll hit you up. Huntress Wizard says, "Sorry, I interrupted your brainstorm." No worries. I don't think you interrupted anything. It's kind of how live streams work, you know. Everyone gets the pitch in. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing, Digital Artcast. Appreciate your work, man. Appreciate what you do for the community. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do here? I've been kind of noodling at this thing for a while. I kind of need to decide on some stuff. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so I really want to work on his boots because I'm not really happy with his boots yet. And I need to understand what's going on with his garb here. So I'm thinking this guy, he collects artifacts. He's an artifact hoarder from the ruins, so he's gonna have them all connected to his robe thing that he's wearing. And he's gonna have like runes on him and stuff, so he's gonna be protected by all this ancient knowledge or something that he's picked up over the years. And he's a cartographer, so he's mapping a certain part of the ruins. So I kind of need to figure out what everything's gonna be. I figure I'm gonna put some runes on these tablet type things. I think I usually go with spirals and stuff, but I want to do it a little bit more linear this time. Maybe do something more like that. So all these things are stone tablets. Oh, and this thing's supposed to be some kind of a dagger that he picked up, put on his belt. But I'm not really happy with this design. This. I was thinking of putting moss on him too. For some reason, I feel like with all this stone stuff, maybe he has like moss that's built up on certain areas or something. Plus, moss is like a staple of the ruins. Yeah, he's got like where would I put, there's like barely any room for moss. That's already really cluttered. He's got a weapon. His main weapon of choice is a bow and arrow, which is basically my favorite weapon in real life. I like shooting bow and arrows. And almost every game I ever play, I become this like archer usually. I got used to moving around my dog. See, that's annoying. Okay. I don't know why, but I thought it'd be kind of cool if he had a frame made out of twigs to hold his backpack together. But then I was like, it's hard to kind of I'd have to like illustrate the whole thing like that. So I was like, I'm gonna put him all over the place. Like he's just been accumulating so much stuff that even twigs are coming out of his sleeping pack. Because wherever he was sleeping, there were twigs and stuff. Just kind of got in there and kind of got wrapped up in there, and he doesn't bother to take them out anymore. Maybe if I'm gonna do more of a handkerchief type situation here. Or no, you know what? I'm gonna do some tablets coming off, sort of like a handkerchief would. Gonna be connected here. Maybe this one's a bigger one. I figure he also needs a lot of rope to climb to parts of the ruin. His artifact is going to be, his main artifact is going to be a key that allows him to access high spots on the ruins. So he also needs a rope in case he has to actually do some climbing. Maybe put a tablet here. Hello, Ankin. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm a little bit out of touch today, but I'm slowly getting into it. Everything I'm doing right now is really new, so, and I've been away from YouTube, so it's really weird to be back, you know. Codex says artists working digitally, not flipping canvas every 10 seconds, impossible. Oh yeah, dude, I don't do any of that stuff. I rarely rotate I'm used to not being able to rotate in Photoshop or doing any of that stuff, so now that I can, I'm like barely even using it. But yeah, I don't do that. I have a really weird way of working digitally. That's why I don't work digitally, because I don't like it. It sucks for me. Like I detest working digitally. It's like a whole different language for me. That and my setup is really janky right now. Like my switching from brush to eraser is really annoying right now because I haven't set it up properly. So it keeps going like, I think my Wacom tablet's what bothers me right now, the way it works. Pietari, the twigs and moss could be because of the artifact, like magic side effect. Yeah, I think this guy's been in the Eternal Ruins for a long time, so he's basic. You know, he was inspired by the merchant from Resident Evil 4. Like, I like how that guy just shows up and has all this gear and stuff, and he's accumulated all his wares. This guy's kind of like that, except he doesn't sell stuff. He just kind of like, he goes around helping people that get stuck in a particular part of the ruins. So he's got all these tablets and artifacts that he uses to help other wanderers that get stuck in the certain area he's mapping. And that's what he does. Like, he just goes around helping people, like, let me solo her kind of for the Eternal Ruins, but he's got all these artifacts that he hoards and uses them to do special things in the ruins that only he knows how to do. At least that was the backstory I had for this guy. The Wanderer's mother made sure to pack enough for their adventure. Yeah, I actually wanted to make him like even like more bulkier and have more stuff, because he's kind of also inspired by people I know who hoard stuff, and I kind of have like a ton of stuff that I just hoard. You know, I'm not a full-on hoarder, but I like to keep like rocks and minerals and weird things that other people wouldn't care about. Have you looked at those 13-hour Elden Ring lore videos by Smowtown on YouTube? Yes, I don't think I've actually watched a full 13-hour one, but I've gone through a couple hour long videos of his. I mean, it's really easy to listen to his stuff while you're drawing, you know, because hours go by and some of the stuff he says kind of like seeps into your brain and you start thinking about different Elden Ring theories and stuff. Codex says he would do well in Made in Abyss. Maybe. I don't know. The thing is, this guy, he's used to paranormal activity in the ruins, like things that shouldn't be there, almost like a black hole kind of emerged or something and has changed the Eternal Ruins in this specific areas that he's in. So he's kind of like a paranormal investigator for an already weird thing, so that makes him extra weird. But yeah. He's very, very old, and his name's Argyle, and he's been in there. He's actually losing his memory because the duelists he has with him, like he lost the ability to speak, and duelists communicate in their own way, and he's learned to communicate with these three dudes. So it's this guy here, and there's another guy in the backpack. Eventually I'm gonna color them in so they'll make more sense, but yeah. Yeah, like there's a little one over here, kind of just popping out of the backpack. For some reason, Duelits or sprites, they like this guy. I think in his backstory, I'm gonna have him like saving them from certain death or something like that, and they be like he kind of adopted them or something. So, because this is kind of rough right now, I kind of want to start finalizing some stuff. I feel like I kind of have most of the things that I want in here, so I'm gonna start focusing on one thing and really nailing it down. So I'm gonna get on these boot things. I wanted to give them a boot knife. I don't even know what you call that thing. Like it's just like a knife that's been strapped to his boot. Because this guy isn't really violent, but he needs to be able to cut stuff, and maybe when he's cooking dinner, you know, he needs like a little knife. And I already gave him so much other gear. I was like, I don't know where I'm gonna put his knife. So I figure I'm gonna have like a little knife here. I feel like he has little like Link type boots. Kind of like snake chaps or something. Oh my god, I hate it when that happens. That doesn't work. Yeah, I'm kind of mad. Well, not mad. I'm kind of sad that I wasn't able to contribute to the Wanderer event on the Discord, but it was fun seeing what everyone else did for that. I think the Eternal Ruins is basically, from what I understand, like an existential dread type of situation where maybe people get stuck in there depending on how well they live their lives, sort of like a purgatory state, you know? Like depending on whether or not you were a good person in your life, sort of like a punishment almost. Getting lost in this big, open, eternal ruin. I really like that idea. But I feel like what I would do is if I was actually stuck in a big place like that, I would just create a sketchbook if I could out of paper, like make my own paper or something. And I would just start drawing everything that I see. So that's what this guy has, a sketchbook. Actually, I should probably draw his sketchbook too. I'm gonna make it part of his inventory, I guess. He also likes to map everything, so he's kind of he's literally a silent cartographer. Which is one of my favorite levels in Halo, the original Combat Evolved. Actually, you know what's bothering me about these boots is like they need a pattern to go with his poncho thing. So let's see, let's give him something more like this. Yeah, I feel like maybe with color I'll explain the pattern here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it with line work here. It's too small. Also, his boots feel a little undefined. Let's give him more of a boot lip there. Yeah, it's very Legend of Zelda type situation. Codex says, I love how in Red Dead Redemption 2, Arthur does sketches of stuff we see along the way in his notebook. Yeah. Although, you know, I know you can do a 100% on that sketchbook, and in reality, I guess his sketchbook would be like almost over 600 pages or something crazy like that. Like it would be the chunkiest sketchbook of all time. I guess people have actually tried to recreate it in real life, and they're like, yeah, that thing's huge if you actually made a real one like that. And it's true, like my Elden Ring book is gigantic, and that was only 600 pages, so. Hunter Joe, what's up? Hey Arties, I'm glad I was able to watch you live, dude. You're an inspiration. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I mean, I want to do enough of these that enough people can check out my live drawing or whatever. I don't like drawing. I don't like making drawing videos like of me drawing because they take forever to. I don't know. I just don't like doing them. So I guess this is my way of like doing live drawing, showing my process a little bit, even though right now I'm shanking it up because I'm new to Krita and all that. But yeah, I'm slowly getting used to it again. Ideally, I like to work traditionally because it makes more sense for my style, but yeah. DS says I would get art block so fast. Yeah, well, you know, art block is a thing everyone has to deal with, I think. If you work in art, eventually you're gonna come across it. It's all about how you deal with it, I guess. Some people have big projects that keep them busy, but what do you do when you don't have that, you know? You gotta find something. You gotta find a way. I dealt with art block for a long time, and then I started doing crazy projects where I had no choice but to draw forever and ever. That's what my Elden Ring book was initially. It was just like one of those ways that I could have something to jump to when I'm like, I don't know what to work on right now. I'm trying to think if I want just a normal bow and arrow, or do I want to do something different here? I kind of like the idea of having a bow and arrow that is made of bone at the tip, like a sharp tip that can be used as a weapon, like a melee weapon, melee weapon, and then the rest of it would be wood, like just tipped with antler or some kind of bone. Maybe it's strung up here with a little leaf or something to go with the rest of the theme. I just noticed you're working digitally. Yeah, this is digital, yo. That's like this is the last thing you should expect me to do. But I'm always about, you know, getting out of my comfort zone. It's kind of necessary sometimes. You gotta stop doing what you're comfortable doing sometimes. Jick says, "Hey Arties, what are you making today?" Well, I'm trying to make a wanderer for. There's this channel on YouTube called Eternal Ruins, and they had a thing on their Discord. A guy named Sam runs it. He's doing a world building project, and he had the community create wanderers. So he made these sheets where you get to basically create a character in that world. And this is my character. He's a cartographer type dude, kind of merchant looking type of situation. And yeah, I'm just working on making him because I really wanted to make a character for that world. I just jive with that style, you know. It's my thing. But yeah, he's kind of funky looking. Right now he's kind of convoluted, so I'm trying to figure out what I like, what I don't like. It's kind of just sketch mode right now. You guys get to watch me troubleshoot my ideas in real time. He kind of looks like Dota 2 creep. and evolution of a Korok. Well, I don't know what a Dota 2. I didn't play Dota 2, but maybe. I guess he could look like a lot of things. He's kind of inspired by a whole bunch of things. I looked at some Final Fantasy for inspiration, some, what do you call it, Ghibli stuff, you know, for proportions and such. Yeah, it is. It's like the coolest project on I've seen in a while. The thing is, on the Discord, this event already took place, and Sam actually looked at every single wanderer that was created and gave like a thing on his channel. He did it live, and he was giving like a rundown of every single person's submission, and it was awesome. But I unfortunately didn't make mine in time, and I just wanted to make it now because I had some time, and I wanted to work on something different, you know, get myself out of the rut I was in, because I wasn't creating anything, and I was like really inspired by that project, so that's why I'm doing it right now. But yeah, I recommend people check out his project. It's really cool if you're into that kind of thing, you know. It's how I got inspired, you know. I was like, I need to work on stuff again, because working a normal job takes away a lot of your energy, and you have to find ways to revitalize that. Otherwise, you kind of start to forget about why you're drawing, what you're trying to accomplish, and all that. And for me, I always find my way back by looking at what other people are doing and getting inspired by them. But yeah, if you join his Discord, I think he's going to be doing more events like that in the future, so it's nice to be connected to that whole community. I haven't actually submitted anything there. I think this is the only thing I'm probably gonna put in the fan art section or whatever. Just because I don't have time to work on stuff or something like that, but I made time for this at least. I want to at least have a character that I can say I created for this. So I kind of like the boots now a little bit better. I think the thing I'm not sure about is how this little artifact is connected to his belt thing. So I need to define the belt situation a little bit better. He's got a belt that kind of is supposed to be connected here to there. Chick says, does he do projects like that often? I think he's like me, where he tries to do a lot of stuff by himself, so he's probably like overwhelmed by, it seems like he might be overwhelmed by all the stuff he's trying to do. Like a world building project can get out of control if you don't keep it small enough. And I think with the Wanderer, like for the Wanderers that people created, like he had to do 3 different live streams to go through them all. And so I think he got overwhelmed with how much response he got on that project. And I imagine it would be hard to make enough videos, you know, to do all that stuff. Which is a good learning experience for me, for my world building project. I'm going to start off really freaking small. Everyone that I've talked to about it says, yeah, start off really small. Don't do something huge. Like Simon from the Monster Garden, he gives the same advice. He says, start off really small. Don't let it get out of control. Otherwise, you're gonna hate what you're working on, and it's gonna feel overwhelming. So yeah, I think Sam probably ran into an issue where he started doing too much, or felt like he was doing too much. So, you know, it's easy to let that happen, and I don't want to make that mistake. Wait, what the? Okay, why is it doing that? Oh, great. What's the Discord called? Oh, I'm not sure. I think you have to get an invite from his channel. Like if you go on his channel on YouTube, search up Eternal Ruins, and you'll get you can check out some of his videos, and he has a link to his Discord, especially on the lives. That's how I got it. You get an invite through there, and you can hop on there real quick. That's how I did it, at least. Codex says you would do great on those fan art projects from Vadi Video, like those of Bloodborne 2 or of Elden Ring, before we knew much about it. Yeah, I wish I didn't even know about Vadi Vidya for a long time. Like, I ran into his channel like really late in the game, so I had to like binge all his videos, but they were worth it. They were good videos. So just as dope. This entire experience is overwhelming. Cool, cool. God, see, my Wacom settings suck. Now it's tripping out again. Do I have to do this manually now? Undo freehand brushstroke. What? Why is it doing that? Oh, jeez. I don't know. That's not good. It's going to edit for some reason every time. Alright, that's not fun. Brush. Where's the brush? Manual brush. Yeah, it says I'm picturing this guy wearing orange and the spirit's blue. Yeah, that's the color scheme I had in my original sketch that I did in photo. I did a version of this in Photoshop, and now I'm trying to do something similar in Krita to see if I can match it. So far, it's getting there, but it's really hard. Not used to Krita yet, especially with my settings. See, I used to be able to switch from brush to eraser, and now it's doing edit for some reason. So I gotta check out my Wacom settings real quick. Hold on, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, Wacom's. I'm not happy with Wacom. Let's see what's going on here. Pen settings, Krita. Oh, that's what's going on. Why isn't it letting me do that? That sucks. It just doesn't read Krita for some reason right now. Sorry about that. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to do this manually. Whatever. Yeah, it's not letting me switch to eraser and brush for some reason right now. Alright, I'll just work manually then. Oh god, I'm so used to doing it though. Alright. Relax, chill out. Things don't always work properly with Wacom. Just change the way you work. I think I'm gonna have to switch to Procreate and an iPad or something. This is too old school, I guess. But no, I have to constantly adjust how I do things. This is why I don't like working digitally. Can't, fudge. Okay. Will I be able to switch from brush to eraser quickly enough? That's the question. Maybe this is actually better to do it this way. I feel like I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Oh, quick keys B for brush. Yeah, I should probably go that way instead. I don't know why I keep trying to do it manually. Let's see. I'm gonna test them now right now. So right now I'm in Move Tool. So what's the I'm guessing M is for Move Tool. Wait, brush. See, it's not switching. Come on. No, that doesn't work. Brush is B, but why does it do that? What? No? Okay. It's on the eraser. Wow, nothing works properly right now. That's annoying, dude. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to do quick keys right now. I'm just gonna... I just want to draw. I don't want to worry about all this stuff. I hate that I can't troubleshoot these things quick enough. E is for erase? Let's see. No. See, E is giving me edit. And that's why it's messed up. because edit is eraser, but I think something is wrong with my something's wrong with Wacom or something. Wacom is messing this up somehow. Okay, I'm trying. Let's see, brush. See, it's on eraser right now. Brush right now. Brush. Eraser. Nope. Edit. Fudge. Nope. The heck. See, nothing works properly. I'm really annoyed by that. But it's not Krita's fault. It's got to do with my settings. And then like if I want to do erase, like change the size of my. Oh wow, that's not working either. Yeah, I think I need to reset my whole system right now. Like do a whole reset because nothing's working properly. I think my Wacom is supposed to be set to Krita, and it's not. It keeps switching it out on accident. See, like right now, I actually switched it to Krita, and before it was on all other, so it's like messing up all my stuff. Oh, let's see. Let's try it now. Eraser, brush, eraser, brush. See? Now it's working. But it just stopped working on its own for some reason. I think my whole system is jacked. Alright, now I'm back. I'm back to normal. It's Wacom. Yeah, these keys, these settings are all wonky right now. I don't expect everything to go smoothly today. That's why I do this, to find out what the problems are so I can fix them. Also, I was trying to figure out in this universe how people get certain tools and items. Do they create them themselves, or is there a way to acquire other people's tools? Like if I was a wanderer in this place and I ran across a dead wanderer, could I just jack all his stuff? And like what's the morality in this world, you know? Like, is that okay? Would that be all right? I know if I found somebody and they were goners, I would take all their stuff probably. But this guy's supposed to be a decent person, you know, a decent dude in the ruins. I don't want to be a bad guy in there. I feel like his hand's a little too big. He's got big chunky hands. Let's see, do I want to give him some? Let's give him a rune here. Something like a swirl, half swirl. Maybe like that here. And then maybe a full swirl here, but opposite. Something like that. He's also got two other ones maybe here. Dia says maybe he would take the stuff thinking that he would carry some legacy on. Yeah, I don't even know if people can die in this world, to be honest. Like if people, you know what would be cool if like there was a system where, you know, there was an honor system or something where maybe you because I guess there's shrines, spirit shrines in this world, and maybe to get on the good side of spirits or something, you would create like a shrine for people that left the ruins for some reason, or I don't know. The lore in this world is a little undefined at the moment, so I'm kind of just making stuff up as I go with this character. I'm not sure how demons and spirits, like, because they can't kill you in that world, so I'm wondering if anyone can actually die, or if you're already dead and the ruins are actually like the afterlife, you know? because I feel like I would die right away in any situation where I was stuck, you know, in a ruins or something like that. I would die right away. Whatever, all the stuff in there would kill me right away. If I found a demon, it would kill me. Codex says, I guess when you see an artifact on a skeleton, it doesn't feel bad taking it, but if there is still flesh on the corpse, it would feel slightly icky. Yeah, probably. I was also actually thinking this guy would actually be a bad guy who would steal your stuff. Like, because he's a hoarder, he would do anything to get your artifact. And since everyone has like these special artifacts on them, like he would just grab them from you and run away or do something cowardly like that. Or fight you for them or something, like duel you for them. Or I like that idea too. But then at the end, I was like, he's a good guy. He's not going to do stuff like that. I'd rather he helped people rather than mess with them. Because I guess it's already bad enough that you're stuck in the ruins, you know? Like, I want people to help each other in there, not to mess each other's stuff up. Like, if I was literally in there, I wouldn't want to hurt anybody. I wouldn't want to help them out. Especially if I have experience, you know? I want to be able to guide people. I want this guy to be more of a guide for wanderers who are new, like newly awakened wanderers who have to figure out the ruins like by themselves. I'd rather this guy help these guys out. Anderson says all we kind of know about spirits is that they have set safe locations and demons roam around. That's kind of it for now. Yeah, that's kind of what I figure. And I'm just trying to have fun with it. I don't really know if it's going to be lore accurate or not. At the end of the day, this character is just an exercise for me, but I like that it kind of fits into that world a little bit more than if it was just a random character I made. But this guy's going to be a spirit warden, and I'm not entirely sure what that means right now. My idea is that because he has a strong connection to duelists, maybe because he can communicate with them, he's more of a spirit warden rather than what's the other one, a demon keeper. Or maybe he's a demon keeper, like a wolf in sheep's clothing kind of dude, where he used to be a good guy and maybe he's actually a bad guy pretending to be a good guy or something like that. I don't know. The possibilities here are kind of cool. Rakshith Suresh, hi man, how have you been? I saw your Elden Ring stuff and subscribed immediately. You're very talented. Having a soothing voice really helps. Kind of envious though. Well, I'm glad you found the channel. Glad you found some of my stuff. Welcome here. I've been doing some streams, but this is like a new stream setup. So yeah, I've been doing good. I've been away from art for a little bit, like 2 weeks. Took a little bit of a break, and I'm trying to figure out how to finish part 3. It's been bugging me for the Elden Ring book. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm close to finishing part 3. So yeah, I'm kind of just trying to get back into that space where I can finish that thing up for now. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Hope you're doing good. Codex says, but you would take yourself at risk too by helping random strangers. They could be some fugitive criminals. That's the thing. I don't know. Like, I feel like you could just get lost in these ruins and never see another person ever. You know, you'd be there all by yourself. So that's why I gave him these duelist sprite things to help him kind of feel less lonely. Because I would go insane if I was like by myself in there, you know. So I gave him these little dudes that he can hang out with, and he likes to draw stuff in his sketchbook for him, you know, and provide entertainment for them. Fall out of the window says, hello, boyos and girlos. How you doing, fall out of the window? Codex says, unless he has some artifact that can read other people's intentions. Yeah, he's got so many, I don't know what any of them do. I figure some of them are helpful like that, like they allow him to do certain things, you know, like Well, his main artifact is a big key that he found, and he uses it to access really high locations. What it does is it kind of like, let me kind of show you what I'm thinking. Down here, there's a relic that he can have, and so I was thinking he would have like a key of some kind that's made out of like roots or some kind of a tree situation. It's called the lattice root key, and it's basically like I don't know. It would be a kind of a key like this where it's got like leaves and stuff popping out of it. Maybe it's got like a thing in the middle. Kind of made out of roots, so or something. It's kind of like got that. Anyways, the roots. What I was thinking would be kind of a lattice, like a ladder. And when you plug in the key to certain areas, it would, like this lattice system of roots would creep up the ruins, and you would get access that way. You still have to climb it, obviously, but it would be something like that. And so I was thinking this was going to be his relic. It's really rough right now, but I don't know. Keys have like a thing at the end or whatever. Yeah, so like there's like roots coming out of it and stuff. I don't know if I would actually want to mirror this thing or not. Yeah, he has this cool little key that he would use to get up there. He also has like a, I'm just gonna pop it in here real rough. He has a sketchbook. Anna asked me what made you choose Krita. It's free and it doesn't crash on me, and so far I like it a lot. I haven't used it much, but I think my problems stem from Wacom, not from Krita. And yeah, a lot of people recommended it for me, and yeah, those are the reasons why. And Photoshop does some weird stuff that I don't like. Like they don't have a mirror situation that I like or anything, and I can't rotate my canvas in Photoshop, which is why I'm not used to rotating anything at all. You know, I should probably figure that out. Yeah, those are some of the reasons. Anderson says, yeah, I feel you with non-lore accurate character because I'm writing a story in a fan projects thing. In the fan projects thing. Oh really? That's cool. Yeah, lore accuracy, like I'm on the fence about it. I don't like having to make things lore accurate, but I'm kind of like a stickler for it at the same time. Like I want things to be somewhat lore accurate, you know? It's a weird balancing act for me. I still have to figure out if I want to make a world building project, because I don't want to have to make everything super lore accurate, you know? But yeah, that's why I'm starting off really small and practicing on all this other stuff. Elden Ring has taught me a lot, and I'm learning from other world building people right now. Fall out of the window says, currently sitting in a window and nothing else will happen. For sure, yes. Yeah, actually, I would think that's how most wanderers die in this world, is they fall off high places or something like that. At least that's what I imagine would happen a lot. And Val Ryan says, hey, glad to finally catch a stream. I was surprised to see you in the Eternal Ruin stream the other week. Sick to see you creating Wanderer too. Yeah, I know. I always find it strange that people recognize me on other people's streams. They're like, hey, it's Arties. And I'm like, what? How do you know me? That's crazy that anyone recognizes me. But yeah, it's always fun to see people that follow my channel too. Like, that's always fun. I mean, I usually don't, I try not to talk on streams usually, but I think Monster Garden is like one of my favorite ones to actually talk to, because people in there go ham and crazy messing with Simon, and it's really fun. Rakshit Suresh says, so you will submit the idea to Sam for the Eternal Ruins project, and he's gonna write... Oh, no. The project is like you can make fan art anytime you want, but this particular Make Your Wanderer project had like a deadline, and he already read off all the different ones. So, I mean, you can still make one, but he's not gonna look at it probably, or maybe he'll see it, but he won't create a video where he's looking at them all anymore. I think he's done doing that, or maybe in the future he'll look at more, but who knows? I feel like he's got a lot of stuff to worry about, you know. Zaire Helios says hello everyone. Hello arties. How's it going? Is your name Zaire or Zaire? I'm not sure how to say that, but hello. Yeah, so that was like I kind of want to make a key that's made out of like a vine situation that creates a lattice of some kind. And then he has a sketchbook too that I want to kind of draw real quick, or how I think it would look. It's handmade, so it's kind of like janky looking. Kind of thinking it would be something like maybe like you can have like little pages popping out and stuff. It's like held together with different straps or something. Maybe I give him like a... Maybe he has... I don't know what he would use for some kind of leather situation here, but he would have some kind of a rune of some kind, or some kind of a symbol in there. He needs to keep it secure, so it needs a latch of some kind. Otherwise, all these little pieces of paper he has, like I have to figure out how he would even make paper in this place, or where he would get it from. Jason Velasquez, how's it going, man? Glad to catch another stream. I'm glad you found it. Anderson says, yeah, my story Divergence has so many non-lore accurate things, like I made something called value that's linked with your soul. My god. Value linked to your soul. That's a crazy idea. Yeah, I come up with stuff like that all the time, and I forget to write it down, and I forget about it. I'm like, oh man, I had some weird ideas, you know, in the past. I need to start like keeping a notebook of just lore ideas. Rakshitsur says Z-Air. I'm not sure what oh that's how you pronounce Z-Air. Okay. Val Raven says, I think Sam checks most of what's posted in the fan art channel on the Discord. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave this. I don't even know. I might not even post this. I might just keep it for fun, just for me. I might not post it at all. But yeah, if he does another event thing, I'll definitely try to actually do something for that in the future. Nah, but close enough. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. I'm pretty sure I butcher everyone's name on here. I'm sorry about that. Also, I figured for his inventory he would be an herbal specialist, so he would have he I guess because there's so little food in his section of the ruins, I wanted to give him an ability to make concoctions out of herbs, and that keeps him alive instead of relying on like real... I mean, he still can find good food, but things like moss and mushrooms are really hard to find in this area. So I figure he's sustaining himself by creating these concoctions using his artifacts to keep himself alive instead of relying on pure like actual sustenance, which is why he's kind of a husk of himself. But yeah, he needs a mortar and a pestle for sure, so wanted to give him one real quick. I don't know if they would... Wow, that's really weird looking. think a mortar and pestle would be easier to make out of stone and whatever materials. He's got some like herbs here, something. Yeah, he needs something like that. And then he also, since he's connected to the Dulit creature people, he has like he's created his own technology to keep himself somewhat able to do certain things. So what I figure is he uses Dulits and sprites to create items that are unique, like a torch. Like his torch is made out of a Dulit that can like glow. So if you go up here, like I literally gave him a little Dulit here, and he's kind of just chilling because he has the ability to enlighten himself or something like that. No, his head's kind of too small, and that's how he gets illumination. He has this little Dulit that hangs out here and lights the way. And then he's got this other Dulit here. Like they all have a different personality. I think they're gonna be like his kids, kind of his children. And the other one's lazy and doesn't want to do anything, so he's hanging out in the backpack. He has to get carried by him. So the Dulit thing, I wanted to make a potion from Dulit essence or something. And I don't know, I don't really like that yet. The idea's there, but I don't know what it looks like. So I guess I'll just do like a regular little potion bottle or something. Chick says, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Nah, you didn't really miss anything. I'm just talking about some of his items that he carries and some of the stuff that he's got in his inventory. He's got a lot more than this, but there's only 3 slots, so these are some of his more treasured items or important things that he has to have to get by in the ruins. Jason Velasquez, can you give me one painting idea? I'm looking at a blank page right now. Painting idea? Dude, there's all kinds of stuff you could paint right now. Do you like to paint from imagination, or do you have to have something to look at, like to reference? Depends on what you like to draw, you know. If you really want something fun to draw right now, try to make a wanderer. That's what I'm doing. I mean, if that's not your thing, then draw whatever. Draw whatever's in front of you, who knows? Sometimes a still life is all you really need to get you started, you know? Sometimes when I don't have anything specific to draw, I'll give myself a prompt. Yeah, I mean, you know what? If you don't have anything to draw, give yourself a challenge. Don't make it easy on yourself. I think what I need to do more of is, like, I suck at drawing buildings, and I really need to just get down and start drawing buildings, because I don't do that enough. Do I recommend you always do stuff that you hate drawing? No, but it opens up opportunities to learn. Right now I'm drawing from imagination, which is something I suck at. Like I can't draw anything from imagination, and this is me trying right now. And it shows cuz I don't know what I'm drawing. I'm just kind of making stuff up as I go. I have an idea of what I kind of want, but I don't see any of this in my head, you know? That's that's why I'm doing it, cuz it's difficult for me. It's so much easier to just draw something you can see, you know? Any progression on the Elden Ring book? I'm so close to finishing part 3. You guys are gonna get something soon, and I'm hoping by the end of this week I'll have time to just finish it all up and make a video, because I only have like 3 or 4 pages left that I want to do. It's gonna be a shorter part, but that's okay because the last parts were like 100 pages. This one's gonna be more like 60, and it's gonna be more condensed. Every page is filled to the brim with imagery, so it's basically all of Ronnie's quest line. That's it. None of Altus Plateau, none of that stuff. So yeah, there will be something soon. Can't give you an exact date, but yeah, be on the lookout. Jason says, perspective on building drawings kick me every time. Yeah, I think once I have perspective established, it's fine. It's just doing all the prep work to get the perspective right is the annoying part. Like I hate using rulers. If I don't need to use them, I won't use them. But when it comes to doing buildings properly and using perspective properly, you have to go through the drudgery of it, and that's why I avoid doing it. Because once I have all that stuff established, it's just like drawing anything else. But yeah, it's a lot of work, and I'm lazy, so it's why I don't like doing it. I guess cars are a different situation because I don't like drawing cars either, but you don't necessarily need a ruler. It's better actually to do it without a ruler when you're doing curves and stuff for cars and whatnot. Scar Nightmare says, I love your Elden Ring sketch drawings. Yeah, a lot of people like my Elden Ring book. I honestly, because I've worked on it so long, it's starting to drain me. Like I think that's why it's taking me so long to get to part 3 finished, because I'm just so much Elden Ring. I've spent the last 3 months just nothing but Elden Ring, and that's why I'm doing stuff like this, because I need a break from all that stuff all the time. But I'm glad people like it, and I'm thinking the DLC will invigorate me with more Elden Ring stuff. It's just it's been a struggle recently. Yeah, YouTube finds a way to recommend certain things based on popularity. Like Elden Ring obviously is going to get more views than anything else because a lot of people like Elden Ring. It's got a big community. If you do a fan art for it, it's more likely to get range, you know, more likely to get picked up by the algorithm, which is okay with me. I don't care if it's like, I didn't think anyone would watch it because I thought people would think the art was horrible in there, and they would be like, dude, this is blasphemy. How dare you destroy Miyazaki's work with your crappy drawings? That's what I thought was going to happen, but instead people actually enjoyed that. I think people like that. They could see how much I enjoyed the game, and they were able to see, my experience through the art. The art itself is whatever. It's not that great, but people like the relatability of the experience, I think, because they're like, that was what I went through. That's how I felt, you know. Anderson says, take your time with the Elden Ring, man. It's better to enjoy the craft than drown in it. Well, I feel like I drowned in it a few times already. I get stuck in the lore, drowned in the lore, drowned in the art, drowned in every aspect of it, and I just get sick of it. Like after a point, it's like listening to your favorite song over and over and expecting it to be the same after the 1,000th time you listen to it, you know? That's what happened to me. And it was par for the course, because you can't make a 600-page book and expect it to be just, the same experience all the way through, which is why I varied it up. I changed what I was doing in it. This last part is more like a comic book, like graphic novel type situation. So that's what kept it interesting for me. Zaire Helios, the trailer was amazing. Can't wait. Yeah, the last story trailer was pretty epic. Um, it's got me wondering about some stuff, but I kind of got to the point where I was like, I don't even care if I know the lore anymore. Like, I don't care if I know what's going on. It just looks cool, so that's all I really. I feel like it's gonna be really hard to disappoint the fans because they have such a good track record of making things good. So I know it's gonna be a good game, and I hope it delivers some answers to lore. But even if it keeps things vague, I'm okay with that too. Rakshith Suresh, what? No, it was beautiful. I think there's aspects of the journal that I think ended up really good, but in the beginning, which is really weird. Like I thought the art was just so like uh, I wasn't happy with the art. It was rushed. It felt because I was doing it really quickly. I was busting out pages like crazy fast, and I wasn't taking the time to make the art like exactly how I wanted it to be. It was more like just kind of just jotting things down real quickly. And that's why I kind of look back on part one and I was like, Jesus, this art is horrible. What was I doing? But it got the point across, which is what mattered, you know. Like people were able to understand some of it. I hope, you know, people saw my journey through it and they were like, hey, I remember that. Have you ever thought of selling copies of your sketchbooks? I've thought about it, but I'm not a salesman. I'm not a business guy. I've never liked the idea of selling anything really, which is why I don't work in art. You know, if you can't sell yourself, sell your art, you got no chance of making money through it. But that's my personality. That's my issue. I think anyone who can do it is awesome, and they should give it their best to try to make money off of it if they can. I recommend people have a big project that they can sell to people and sell themselves with. But me, art is therapy for me. You gotta understand that. I'm not trying to make a killing doing art. It's just not my thing. For me, it's like I got a messed up mind that needs to be calmed, and art does that for me. Hunter Joe says, I've never played Elden Ring. I only watched and listened to the lore. I truly enjoyed your journal and sketching too. Journal and sketch, but you blew me out of the water. Yeah, a lot of people apparently like do the same thing. They do it in their own way, and it's basically you get the same experience out of journaling. And some people just take notes. Some people do little small sketches, thumbnails. You know, for them it's about trying to uncover what's going on and keeping track of stuff and inventories and trying to make sense of the situations, like who's this character compared to this character, what's their quest line that I'm trying to follow, where were they the last time I saw them. And that's initially what the whole journal was supposed to be, and it like mutated over and over again. It became its own like Necronomicon type situation, and I lost myself in it. Like I lost my mind in it. At some point I was like, my mind broke because because of the lore and because of what I was trying to accomplish with it. I mean, I didn't even bother to count how many drawings I did for it so far, but it's well over a couple tens of thousands maybe drawings, individual drawings. It's a lot. That's all I'm saying. But on the topic of the Elden Ring book, since people are talking about it, I did decide how I'm going to actually get copies out to people, and I am going to make copies for sure. And I'm going to do this thing where I maybe it's like a contest. I'm not sure exactly, but I want to do it so that I make like 3 copies total, and I give them away like through my channel or something like that, and people are able to, you know, try and get one that way. But I'm not going to sell it. I'm just going to give it away. So I'm going to make about 3 copies total that will ever exist, and I'll have my own personal legit version, but I'm never going to sell it probably. Wait, what was I doing here? No way. What should we do? Right now, nothing. Since I haven't gotten part 3 out, I'm gonna try to give more information out when part 3 comes out. Yeah, I mean, I don't want people to do anything for it. It's just kind of gonna be a random thing. Just kind of like a lottery type situation, I think. Where maybe I'll do if you like, comment, or subscribe or some I don't know. Leave a comment in this video and you enter to win a copy when I'm done. Something like that. I don't know. I'll ask around and see what. I'll try to figure out what the best method is. I still have to figure out how to make the dang copies. That's gonna be crazy hard. Okay, gotta put some runes here. Damn RNG even in real life. What's an RNG? I don't know what that is. The sketchbook for Elden Ring was amazing. Are you planning on creating one for other games? If so, which one would you like to start with? Yeah, oh my gosh, so many games I'd like to do it. I'm actually kind of glad that the game that I was really hoping to do it for, Black Myth Wukong, hasn't come out yet. It might never come out, apparently. If it does, I want to do one for that for sure. But the next one I'm doing is Bloodborne, because it's been on my radar for a long time, and it fits with the way I like, games to be. I think it's just it's a no-brainer for me. Random number generator, okay. Something like that. I feel like I can make it really hard for people to, like, they have to jump through hoops and stuff to get a chance to win it, but I want everyone to be able to do it. So I don't know yet. I'm open to suggestions, What Elden Ring boss is the best in your opinion? I've thought about this because I've been asked this a lot before, and I always say visually my favorite Elden Ring boss is the Elden Beast, but after thinking about it more, like the funnest one to fight was definitely Morgott. The first one that you fight, the first time you fight Morgott, like he basically sets the tone for the rest of the game, because he comes out of left field. Like he's just he's brutally hard if you don't know what you're doing, and based on how you play the game, like you can make him really easy if you get a shackle, or if you just kind of approach him like a completely without anything, no spirit summons, nothing. He can whoop your butt over and over again until you figure out what you got to do to beat him. So yeah, that for some reason Morgott just stands out to me as the funnest experience. After that, they all kind of have different things that make them cool, but visually the Elden Beast has always been my favorite, just because he's just such a freaking weird thing that never really gets explained that well. He's just like a vassal for the greater will, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Like, where did he come from? What is it? What's that amoeba? Why does it exist? How does it exist? Did it just show up? Why? How does it work? What is it even made out of? Star stuff? Is it just pure star stuff? What was? That's why I like the amoeba Elden Ring beast guy. Killian Thames? How's it going? Oh wait, Newt says I love the stream style. Glad to see you trying something new. Didn't know you knew about the Eternal Ruins, but glad you do. Nice character. Oh, cool. Another Eternal Ruins guy. Awesome. Yeah, I'm loving that project. I'm just doing this for fun though right now. Killian says, so glad I caught the stream this time. Yeah. Hopefully more people get a chance to check out a stream live. I mean, it's really hard to actually do anything on these things because I end up talking a lot. I'm trying to draw, but it's really freaking distracting to talk and draw. When I do get a chance to draw, I feel like it's just dead air time. Try to find a way. Potshi says hello. Legend of Selen sounds nice. DS Millennia is the best and Malekith broke me. Yeah, I know, I used to mimic for you know what, dude? Millennia actually didn't I didn't actually fight her properly, I don't think. Because I ended up not having much of a struggle with Millennia. At that point I was like way too I had cheesed too much of her fight that I was just like I didn't even bother to give her a proper fight, you know, like give it the right chance. There was a lot of bosses that I cheesed the crap out of because I wasn't actually good at the game and I just wanted to get through certain areas and I was like the Godskin fight, oh my god, the one in Faramazula. I spent so much time trying to actually beat that properly. I ended up cheesing it, but just to get through that area. I saw a funny thing where someone asked the question, does America Radagon having children count as mass or incest? I have no idea. Dude, this whole thing, the whole thing with America Radagon being the same person, there's a missing piece here. I think there is a little bit of incest going on, probably, because there's something about George R. Martin's way of writing stuff that kind of would I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit of that going on, that we're missing some kind of like, oh, by the way, you know, Radagon also did this and this with who knows who, you know. And like it's probably there somewhere, you just kind of a little more harder to find. Hunter Joe says Bloodborne was way too scary dark for me. Really? I mean, Elden Ring's pretty dark if you think about it. But yeah, I like dark. I like really, really weird eldritch horror type stuff, so for me it's gonna be awesome. And I can't wait to actually finally get started on that. But Jesus, Elden Ring's taking forever to finish that sketchbook. It's self-cessed, yeah. There's something weird going on. I don't know what it is, but it keeps me up at night wondering what the hell was George R. thinking. There's something wrong with that guy. I like it, but it's a little weird. It's a little too much sometimes. TS says, I cheesed 4 bosses in total and I'm mad about it because I broke my rule. I'll get them next playthrough. Just thought, Nile on my ass, Moog, eat my mimic. Yeah, Moog. I think I cheesed him as well. Oh, you know what I tried to do with Moog? I tried to do that thing where you jump onto the pillars and just jump over his arena and he just sits there frozen. I tried to actually do that and I couldn't do it either. I couldn't do there's this one jump that got patched out and I couldn't do it anymore. So I was like, dang it, I can't even cheese Moog. But I ended up, I forget how I even beat him. I'm pretty sure I just maxed out one of my mimic tiers or something weird at the time. Oh no, it was Frost Stomp or something that I was still strong at the time. Like it was overpowered, so I used that or something. Just as in my head canon, Radagon came before. Yeah, I mean America. Yeah, I think Radagon actually existed pre-Erdtree, maybe. Maybe he used, like, Marika used Radagon to seduce certain somebody. So I don't know. Yeah, there's some Lannister stuff going on here for sure. Okay, I kind of want to start using some color now. Who is your favorite NPC besides Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a favorite. It's hard. It's like, how do you have a favorite with Elden Ring? You know, it's let's see. Do I actually have a favorite really? NPC wise, they all kind of rub me the right way and rub me the wrong way at the same time. All the same. It's hard to pinpoint which one is like my favorite, but I have a soft spot for Jarburn Barn guy. I found out that you can find him asleep, and in his sleep he starts talking to himself. That was legit. Like, he has PTSD from being attacked by perfumers probably. That guy is awesome. I feel bad for him, but he's a cool little dude. Calls me cuz all the time. Val Raven says, I lost steam trying to beat Orphan of KOS, and so I haven't finished Bloodborne yet. It's on my to-do list. Yeah, I lose steam. I've lost steam on a lot of stuff. I know how that goes. I'm gonna buy the DLC for sure. I am waiting for my exams to end to play with the BF using the seamless co-op mode. Yeah, the DLC can't come fast enough for people. People have been waiting a long time for this thing. It's gonna be huge too. Like, I hope you set up enough time for it, because it sounds like it's gonna be bigger than Limgrave section. Rag shit, Suresh liar. You have the skin as your avatar. Okay, but the thing is, Blythe is obviously my favorite. You said other than Blythe, you know? I think the thing with Blythe is, like, because I killed him in this section where I'm doing Ronnie's questline, like, I know something else happens with him, and I know he comes back probably in DLC. I mean, if they don't bring him back in some form, because we're in the land of shadows and he's a shadow, so they need to bring him back somehow. So that's why I brought him back as my avatar, because he's too cool to not. He can never die. I feel like mine is Darian. Devin is unhinged. Darian? Really? I don't know. I didn't like Dee's questline that much. I think he maybe I just didn't I didn't understand what was going on necessarily with them at the time when I was playing the game. Because you have to go all the way to the Deep Root Deaths and talk to Fia and fight all her peoples, and eventually, like, you find out what was really going on with them, and I was like, oh my god. I got tired of being underground for a little while. I got like a seasonal depression from that. Just being underground, not being able to see the Earth Tree, and I was like, yeah, D, you have this cool armor, man. You should have done more cool stuff, but you ended up being this guy. You ended up being two people at once, and it was really confusing, and I just wanted your armor. Yeah, it got really, I don't know. I was disappointed with D. Gold Mask and Jarman both get shared #1 on my NPC list. Yeah, the jars are favorite, but there's some jars that try to kill you in the game, dude. That's what kind of sucks about jar people. It's like, they're just vessels, man, for guts, for literal viscera. So it's hard to really form a good connection. Even with Alexander, I think he was a little, I don't understand how he had so much personality, and yet he was just a jar with guts in him, you know? It was really weird. But that's what I like about Elden Ring, is that even though all this is the case, like, you can still connect with these jar things or whatever. I need to finish before the DLC, almost there. Yeah, I feel ya. There's a lot to do in that game. It's almost like a never-ending thing if you really want it to be. You can make it as hard or easy as you want it to be. That's what I liked about it. Sometimes I wanted to be hard, sometimes I wanted to just cheese through stuff, and sometimes I just, you know, wanted to understand what was going on. So I just stood in certain areas of the game trying to like figure out why things were the way they were. When you stand in Nokron in the right spot, or when you're in Shiofa River and you're looking at Mohg's palace, you're like, what the hell? Why is Mohg's palace like that? Why is it burning? Why is it up there? And how is it? How can I get over there? And you're like, what? There's just so many weird things you can just sit there and look at and be like, this makes no sense. All right. Gonna work on my torch here a little bit. DSS, weird thing is I started in April 2023 and I didn't touch the game because this is my first Souls game. It took me a year to like the game. Oh my god. You're like me. Took me like I didn't it took me Elden Ring, like once Elden Ring came out was when I first tried to play a Souls game. I felt like I wasn't allowed to even try because I hadn't played any of the other ones, so I was like, I don't think I'm allowed to play Elden Ring. I haven't earned it, you know? I felt like it was being gatekept or something by other people. Like, you're not a true Soulsborne guy. You can't play this game. But then I found out that they had trouble with it too, because it was a different way of playing than what they were used to before. Hunter Joe says, I love how the Tree Sentinel moves and fights. They look so epic. Dude, the Tree Sentinels in the beginning scared the crap out of me, though. Those things were intimidating. Or at least the one in Limgrave. It gave off this crazy do not mess with me vibe. And since you're so weak in the beginning, it's even more amplified. I forgot like how I kind of forgot all about the Tree Sentinel when I played. Like I had gotten to Caelid already, and I was in Dragon Barrow for a little while, and then I remembered that the Tree Sentinel was still waiting for me. I was like, oh yeah, gotta go get that guy. So even in my journal, I forgot all about him because I never actually did a page where I beat him. He was just kind of left in the back burner forever. But I did go back. You know what boss I hate the most though is the ulcerated tree spirit. That thing. There was one in the Fringe Folk Hero's Grave that when I fought that guy, I was like, never again, dude. I'm not even gonna mention this in my journal that he can, like, you can fight these ulcerated tree spirits. Oh, I still can't forget about Together. Rykard. Oh my god. Okay, so now that you remind me of Rykard, I did actually enjoy fighting Rykard because the voice actor was so good, but I legit didn't know that you were supposed to use the spear that you're given to fight him to actually be able to hurt him properly. And so I actually, my dumb ass tried to actually fight him normally, and that was frustrating until I figured it out that you're supposed to use that thing, the serpent killer blade or whatever. That's what that's actually kind of cool about Elden Ring. Is like they never tell you specifically what you're supposed to do, you know, to be able to beat him properly. I thought it was, at that point I had given up trying to actually play the game. I think I kind of rage quit and I stopped playing for a little while. Together. That guy needs an Emmy, or what do you give people that do good job? An Oscar? He needs an Oscar. Rykard. Do you guys think anything like Rykard's gonna be in the next game, like the DLC part? Because I think Rykard has some connection to. I mean, there's some magma stuff going on in DLC. It looks like Rykard could be somehow, or at least the serpent, the god serpent that he's supposedly part of, or whatever, that ate him. I think there's something going on there, and I think maybe Marika had an affair with the other, or a serpent of some kind, or maybe a dragon. To form the Erd tree, she had to become Radigan again in some kind of way, seduce a serpent or a dragon, and then they had Mesmer as a baby, and that's why Rykard exists, because he's the other half of some kind of serpent god. Because it's all about duality in this game, and a snake eating a snake and all this Ouroboros stuff. Maybe there's two snakes, there's one we don't know about. I don't know. That's lore stuff again. I gotta stop thinking about that. Just beat Rykard the other day. My friend told me the same thing. I wasn't using the weapon. Yeah, it's crazy how much harder it is without that thing. It's like, it seems impossible. But I think people can do it. It's just, I'm not that good. We will devour the very gods. Let them cook. Dude, I did a version of this in Photoshop and it went by way faster. So, God, I'm so slow with Krita. And maybe it's just the stream, but I feel like this is taking forever. I want to just start doing like color work now. My version of Photoshop, I'm using it as reference, and it's like, it's really disheartening that Photoshop doesn't have what Krita has. I wish I could like merge the two programs together so that I could like work faster. But I'm just rusty in general. I haven't done anything in a while. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna play around with color because I haven't touched color yet. Let's start with the ground. Who do you think is the hardest boss other than Melania? The hardest boss? The hardest. For me, it was probably. Let me think about that for a second. There was one that was like impossible for me to beat. Oh, you know what? Maybe the Godskins for me. I feel like the Godskin like duo fighting them both in Farum Azula, just I couldn't do it. The way they fight, and because they nerfed my only way of beating them at the time, that was definitely the hardest one for me, other than Melania. Because when I got to Melania, I had already figured out certain things, and she ended up being not so terrible. But yeah, Godskins can suck it. I really don't like them. I think there's one that I met at the Divine Bridge of Liurnia, and I just didn't even fight it. I just ran right past it. Does any boss even die? Don't they go back to the tree because they still talk afterwards? That's what I was saying. You know when Godric died, he became a corpse, but I don't think he actually died. I don't think anyone really dies in this game. Some funky happens when you die in this game, because you come back and you're resurrected because of because you're tarnished or whatever, and the lands are called the lands between, like between death and life. You're stuck in purgatory, but when you beat a boss, I think something weird happens to them. Their rune strength becomes your strength, but I don't know what happens to them necessarily. It's all convoluted. It's hard to get a grasp on what's going on. What does Krita have that PS doesn't? It just works for me. I have a really bad version of Photoshop, not gonna lie. I don't have a proper version, and it's old, and I don't have a mirror tool in Photoshop, and I don't have a good rotating tool that I can use for it, because when I use it in my program, it just doesn't work because I have this version of Photoshop that doesn't work properly. It's just my version of Photoshop sucks because, you know, I don't want to actually get the real version or whatever. So I have this janky version. But it's still faster to do things because I'm used to it compared to Krita. I haven't used Krita, so I'm learning it right now as we speak, which is why I'm going so freaking slow. So I'm trying to figure out how everything works. Like right now, I don't even want to touch color because I'm afraid to use it. Like, how does it even work? Can I make another layer? I can make another layer, so let's see how it goes. Hopefully layers kind of work the same way. I'm hoping. Yeah, there's the layer. Yeah, it's all very... I'm not doing anything properly right now. What boss has the coolest five-end phase? Five-end? How do you say five-end? Fifth? You mean fifth phase cinematic? Does any of them have 5 phases? I feel like the one with the most phases was which one? I feel like I fought Godfrey forever. Godfrey. There's one version of him in Leyendell that you fight. Then you fight Horalu and his Horalu Berserker version. You fight him like 3 times. You fight Morgott 3 different times. Like, yeah, everyone has about 3 or 4 phases. I don't. Best second phase? Oh, okay. Jeez, that's a good question. I don't know. Who has the best phase? Second phase. I don't know. It's probably a toss-up between... Hold on, let me get this color that I want. Trying to color. It's kind of a toss-up between... Oh, you know what? When Rykard takes out his blade out of his mouth, like that wriggly bunch of hands just moving around blade that really doesn't actually even fit in his snake body. Like, how does that thing even fit in there? It doesn't. It literally does not fit in there. And he pulls it out anyway because he's a freaking god. That was awesome. And yeah, I feel like Rykard's second phase, I don't know, fighting him wasn't that great, but the way it intros into that, freaking epic. Godric has the most stupid Godric the Grafted second phase flamethrower wasn't that bad. Come on. It was pretty, the way he says, forefathers, one and all, bear witness. Yeah, that was, I mean, it was a little forced, I'm not gonna lie, but come on, you gotta admit there was something there, something awesome about that. I think the one that I hate the most, second phase, was which one? Maybe it was more confusing. Renala's second phase was like, what the hell's going on here? Why am I in a big ocean with the moon? Like, where even am I right now? That was really confusing. And I don't know. I guess Ronnie set that spell up and all that, but yeah, it really threw me out of the whole thing because her first phase was so weird, but it got even weirder after that. And you're like, can this get any more messed up? Like, how am I supposed to follow what's going on here? Anyways, I think I think the important thing is that all the bosses and everything, except for the ones that were overused, like what the heck was Godfroy or Godfroy? Basically, Godric the Grafted. Like even his lore, I haven't even looked into it because I hate the idea that a guy named Godfroy exists, and in the game it's just Godric the Grafted again. That was weird. That was a thing that happened. I think what really blows it for me is that you find him in Altus Plateau in the weirdest place. And he's just there, like an afterthought, which isn't, it doesn't make sense for FromSoft to do something like that. Oh, he screams. Don't get me started on Ronaldo. She killed Bach. Oh, dude. You know what? I take it all back. I think Bach is my favorite character now. I just realized I hated Bach in the beginning. I was like, Bach, get out of this game. You belong in Harry Potter. Go back. Go back to the wizarding world. You freaking Dobby look-alike, or Dobby-like guy. And I told him, I was like, Bach, I don't want you. Go away in the beginning. And he kept coming up to me and stuff, offering me to hook me up with some drippy gear. And I was like, you know, Bach, just because of that, I'll keep you around. And then people got mad at me for criticizing Bach. I felt like I had a legitimate reason for not liking Bach in the beginning. Because it's like a nice guy, you know. If you're a girl and a guy comes up to you and calls you master, like, you're not gonna like that dude. He's like, he worshipped you too much. But now, Bach is my buddy. We do adventures together now. In my third part of the sketchbook, he's basically like with me when I ride Torrent. He's riding with me now, in some spots. He didn't go into Shiofra because he was too scared to go in there. DS says, and I read the quest and I still gave him. Oh, you killed Bach because of the. You let him be reborn, huh? Yeah, Bach is a simp, or yeah, he's a super simp, but he's simping for you, which makes you feel gross. Like, I'm not a lord. And he's like, can I call you lord? I was like, what? No, Bach, don't. That maybe, you know what? Maybe that's why I have trouble taking compliments. Maybe I don't like people complimenting me. And Bach was like the epitome of that. He's just like trying to get on your good side for some reason, when all he really was, he was just fishing for compliments. He's like, do you think I look beautiful, master? I'm like, Bach, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. You look kind of messed up. I mean, I draw you as normally as I can, because I'm being nice. I don't want you to look so bad in my sketchbook, you know? So I give you, like, better features. I give you a little bit more meat on your bones, and I give you a presentable figure. But to be honest, dude, you're not the best looking dude. I'm not gonna lie. That would be mean. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Not to make you feel bad, but you gotta learn to love yourself for who you are. Forget about what you look like, dude. You know? You gotta stop thinking of things that way. And this goes for, you know, anyone out there who feels like they're too short, too ugly, too whatever. You gotta learn to love yourself. No one can love you until you love what you are. If you hate yourself, Bach, or anybody, how is anyone else supposed to love you, you know? And I'm guilty of this as well. I've been like that my whole life. And so Bach reminded me of me, and I was angry at myself that Bach pointed that out to me, and I was like, damn it, Elden Ring. You're being too relatable again. So yeah, it's one of the reasons why I like Elden Ring, because there's actually a lot of stuff in there that applies to life, you know. DS says, ooh, the sweeting scene is pretty stupid as well. I expected my tarnish to step on it? Oh, all those little creepy children, Renalla's look-alike children or whatever. Yeah, I still don't know what they even are. I think some people pointed out to me that I think they're Renalla's aborted kids of some kind, like weird sweetings. I don't know. That stuff. Like I said, the whole setup was weird. I don't think I've ever encountered anything like that in any other games. But what I still don't understand is like, why does Renala not die? Why is she kept alive to rebirth you while everyone else technically is beaten and not kept alive that way? It was strange. And maybe there's an explanation that you get at some point. Why is this guy wearing purple? Purple. Why did I make these purple again? I don't know. I got lost in Elden Ring. I was like, why am I making this purple? I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Let me play around with more color. Stone colors. Legend of Selen. Whoa, that was deep but beautiful and true words. I think Ronnie saved her. Good evening from Sweden. Hello, hello. Love me some Swedish meatballs, and people from Sweden are awesome. I want to go to Sweden. I've said that a million times. Maybe somebody will buy me a ticket to go over there. There's a lot of stuff in Elden Ring, and obviously I got obsessed with it to an unhealthy degree. That you can actually you can learn a lot about who you are as a person. What I learned is that I'm not a good person. I did things in Elden Ring that I'm not proud of. For one thing, you're not supposed to technically cheese any of the bosses. I mean, they allow you the ability to, but you're not supposed to. And I realized how much of a coward I really am, because I just didn't play the game properly all the time. And I think people get the wrong impression about me. They're like, this guy must be really good at the game. I mean, he did this whole journal thing. He must be good. It's like, no, I was not good at the game. I was terrible. I did not play the game properly. But then again, you're allowed to play however you want. So it's kind of cool. You don't have to worry about stuff like that. But I'm not the type of person that will tell people how they're supposed to play it. I like seeing how other people play it. I like the different approaches to stuff. I was there, it was really nice. Steps away quietly. Oh, Denta N, I wanted to ask you something. Is PewDiePie a big for you guys, or are you just a slugger for you guys? Oh, in Sweden, I guess you're talking about, right? Is it weird? I've never actually watched any PewDiePie videos ever in my whole life. And anytime a Mr. Beast video comes on, I don't watch it. I think I've seen a bunch of Mr. Beast videos, and I like them, but I don't watch them anymore on purpose for some reason. I don't know why. I'm like, oh, Mr. Beast made another video. I don't watch it. Something wrong with me? IKEA is overrated. I actually went to IKEA to buy my desk. It wasn't my idea. I just don't know where else to get a desk. That was years ago. I haven't been there since. I feel like I might get lost in there. Not Mr. Beast? I don't know, like, I binged some of his videos when I found out about his channel, and I was like, whoa, this guy's crazy. And then after a certain point, I was like, oh, it's the same thing over and over again, which kind of, like, I already know what the video is gonna be. It's gonna be, oh, here's this crazy challenge you gotta do to make some money, and it's all wild, and nothing wrong with that. I guess he makes a lot of people happy, so that's pretty cool, I guess. It's just like, not my thing, I guess, anymore. I'm glad other people enjoy it. Yeah, I don't mind like scripted videos or anything. I just I guess the fact that it's like formulaic too much at this point, like I would like to see Mr. Beast do something complete. Like he has the resources to do something totally out of left field, you know? But everything he does has to be grandiose in a way. Imagine if he just did a video where he just talks about his thoughts on something. Like, I don't know, any random topic, and that's the whole video. I mean, he doesn't do anything crazy. He doesn't give away money. You know, he just does something really normal. I guess maybe he probably tried that already and it didn't work or something. I would imagine. The philanthropy channel, quite interesting. He has a philanthropy channel? He's a philanderer? He does philanthropy. Oh. Well then, okay, he's redeemed, I guess. He can make whatever he wants if he's helping other people. Just kidding, I don't know. I don't even know what he does. Is it like, does he give all his money away to them? Like, what is he? Is it the same idea though? I don't know anything about that. Maybe it's awesome, I don't know. I need to find out where the... Oh, there's the teardrop, the eyedrop tool. See, it's like everything in Krita is the same as Photoshop, just in different places. You just gotta find everything. Let's see what the dual color is gonna be. Oh my gosh. Wait. If duelets are torches, then maybe I make them a different... Maybe they can change colors or something. It's weird to have a blue torch, too. I don't know. I feel like if I was Mr. Beast, I would just try to do one video that was just completely not what everyone was expecting. But still make it epic in some way, you know? Just like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how he does it, to be fair. It's pretty difficult to do something consistently on YouTube like he has. It's insane, actually, how some people are really good at it. Some people just never figure it out like me. Oh god. Oh god. Let's do something different there. Pewd's monthly vlogs now, and I love him for it. Bro, he had the entire storyline when he played Minecraft. Who does that? I don't know. I don't play Minecraft, but PewDiePie sounds like a cool dude, apparently. Like, I guess he learned how to draw too, like, recently, didn't he? He like taught himself to draw. I don't know like what he's doing now, if he kept up with it or not, but I hope he did. I would like to see more PewDiePie art things that he does. Maybe someone who follows him knows better. I love how Pewd's tortured Woder sheep? What's a Woder sheep? Why would he torture a Woder sheep? What the hell's a woad? That's a weird name for a sheep. Mr. Beast has $5 million show on Prime Video, which will be released later this year. See, there we go. See, he is doing something weird. This is so relaxing. Twitter blew up over it. Oh no. I try to stay away from all that stuff. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with his freaking whatever you call that thing right now. Oh wait, I gotta draw that other duet. I forgot. Color him in. Let's give you some color. I always thought that PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, all those really big YouTubers would eventually just die out because they would just get tired of doing it, but they're still doing it. Like, I gotta give them props for that. I don't know if I would keep doing something like that for that long. I would get too bored of it. Some people are just hardwired to do stuff, you know? Like, that's all they want to do. They know what they want to do, so they do it. What color backpack should he have? I don't want to do another brown. Let's do a little bit more warm color. Maybe purplish. Yeah, that makes more sense with this guy. Oh, water sheep are like a Minecraft thing, probably. Sounds like. Did you like Pewd's art? Well, here's the thing. I can tell that he actually, you know, took the time to learn to draw, sort of. But he kept drawing the same type of thing. I think he was drawing anime-looking people, like faces. And he just focused on that. So he got really good at drawing anime faces for a little bit, I guess. But I never saw him like try to draw a building or a car or something crazy, like a big city, or, you know, just he kind of stuck to one thing, which is not bad, I guess. Like, if you're learning, maybe you want to stick to one thing, but I don't know what else he can draw or what else he likes to draw other than that. Nothing wrong with drawing anime at all, but I kind of want to see him draw more stuff other than that. Maybe he will in the future, I don't know. He's got the most subscriptions, Mr. Beast. Yeah, makes sense. Dude, he knows how to work the whole YouTube thing. It makes sense. He's the biggest channel. Bro, Pewds built a whole church for Beatrot and made a meatball Death Star with the Swedish flag on it or something. What? See, stuff like that. How do people come up with that? I don't. How does someone's mind work like that? I don't get it. That's just creative as hell. I don't have that kind of creativity. Takes balls to do something crazy like that. Yeah, I guess people like oh my god, I just realized something. I messed up. Sorry. I gotta fix that later. And that. Forgot to add a rope there. Maybe a different color here. God, this is so janky looking. Beetroot? Oh. Sounds like Elden Ring, to be honest. That sounds crazy, but what you said is mostly true. Yeah, I don't doubt it, dude. I want to talk to Mr. Beast and ask him if he gets tired of making the same stuff, though, or if he's just doing it because he loves doing it. It would be kind of crazy if he, like, hated what he was doing and did it anyway. Like, that's even crazier to me. But if he actually enjoys what he does, holy crap. Dude is dedicated to his craft. Loving the colors, thank you. Just trying to see what works, what doesn't right now. These are kind of just flat colors, so I always try to figure out what the base colors are going to be, and then I decide on lighting. When did you start to draw, and why did you start? Or sorry, I can't read right now. When did you start? Oh, I started drawing when I was like a little kid in 2nd grade, I think, is when I really just kind of went nuts. I used to draw dinosaurs, like a ton of dinosaurs. I would find big pieces of paper. They used to have these like long rolls of printer paper that were all connected, and I made like a comic book, like non-ending bunch of just T-Rexes and stuff running around, and Triceratops killing them each other. And I just drew dinosaurs for a long time in 2nd grade, and then I just kept drawing after that and learning to, like, I would do these tank battles where I had have little infantry army men running around, and all the tanks would blow up the little stick figure dudes, and eventually the tanks became these big fortress things that would run around and just demolish the infantry dudes, and the infantry dudes would have to upgrade, and they turned into mechs, like mech warrior dudes with 2 legs and like ATSTs, and they would run around trying to take down these big fortresses. It was nuts, dude. I just kept going like that forever, and there were times when I just wouldn't draw at all, but years would go by and I stopped drawing, and then I would, I don't know, meet somebody that was like really good at drawing. I was like, oh, I like drawing too. I want to be like you. But I don't know, for some reason it was really inconsistent in the beginning when I started drawing. Eventually I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm good now. I can just draw for my own thing now. Why did I start though? That's a more psychological question. I think my mind's weird. I think I have psychological issues where I need to draw to get approval from people or something. I don't know. It probably stems, like, if you really go into the Jungian psychological things going on with me. I think it's just me trying to say, hey, I exist. Look at me, please. Somebody, give me attention. But I don't like to think of it that way. I just like to do it. If nobody watches it, that's fine too. You know, I still do it behind the scenes when nobody's watching, so it's therapy. It's just therapy, that's all it is for me. I don't know, why do you guys do art? If you do art, I want to know why you guys do it. I'm tired of explaining myself. Where did Mr. Beast pop out of anyways? He just spawned? No, he didn't. He's been doing YouTube forever. Like, I guess in the beginning, it was easier to, I don't know. Everyone starts somewhere. Like Mr. Beast started early, I think, from what I understand. I don't know too much about his history, but I would imagine he was one of the early guys to figure out YouTube and got good at it. He just got good. Mr. Beast gets tired of people asking him for money? No way. I would love it if everyone constantly came up to me and asked me for money. And I would just tell them, I'm poor, I don't have any money. Why are you asking me for money? Because I'm legit broke. How am I going to give you money? If I actually had a lot of money, I would just dress really, really poor, and I wouldn't let anyone know that I was rich. Like, I would literally look like a homeless person so that nobody would ask me for money. Denton says, I say that creativity comes from an overflow of imagination. Yeah, maybe that's what's going on. Like, your antenna receives all broadcast signals from the ether, and you get overwhelmed, and you're like, gotta, like, poop something out real quick out of your imagination because it's like overflowing. I think that's accurate. Makes sense. I do art because my brain is too small for ideas. Whoa. That's pretty deep too. Yeah, the way the brain works, like, we don't understand the brain at all. We don't know if we're just receivers and transmitting waves of signals and stuff. It's really hard to tell. You don't need any approval, man. You are super good, and thanks for so much for answering me. I do a little bit of art. I do some draw for my friends. Please continue to draw or do whatever makes you happy. Oh, appreciate that. I know I joke around a lot, but I really do appreciate everyone that gives me nice feedback. I know you don't always want positive feedback. You want some criticism, but I feel like I criticize myself way too much anyway. So getting more criticism would be just like par for the course. It's just too much for me. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who comes on here and gives me some attention. Just kidding. In reality, I understand most of that psychologically. It's just I have issues about free will. I don't know if we actually have free will. So whatever comes out of my mouth, I don't even know where it comes from, Like I'm talking right now, words are coming out of my mouth. I don't know where they originate from. I can't tell you why I'm saying what I'm saying. It just that's what it is. And that breaks my mind sometimes when I think about it. So I try not to think about it. I do art because I like making things and I like visualizing stuff, I guess. I don't know. It's just satisfying. Dude, do your thing. For sure. I think humans are hardwired to create. We're creating all kinds of stuff. It doesn't even necessarily have to be art related. We're just always creating new things. That's what we do as humans, I think. We're just creators. I think art can also be a form of escapism. So it really is some sort of therapy. Yeah, therapy. That's what it is for me, I think. At the end of the day, it's just keeping me going in this crazy world we live in. Do you ever stop to think how crazy life is? Like if you really get into the nitty gritty, like life is overwhelmingly weird. As much as I like to think that I understand things, like some basic level of stuff, like I don't really know anything about what's going on. I like to think we're in a simulation, that this is all just a what if situation where you go into the life knowing that you're not going to know anything about your previous life, and you program it to be difficult or easy or fun or really terrible for you, and you have to find a way to deal with it because that's a challenge, sort of like Elden Ring. You get to make it as hard as you want to make it, and then when you finish your life, you have a review at the end, and you're like, oh, I should have married Martha over there. She was the right one for me. Why did I not do that? Next time I play, I'm gonna marry Martha. But why does it matter if we have free will? If you like what you are doing, then what does it matter? Yeah, I came to the conclusion that it doesn't really matter, because even if I knew for sure that I don't have free will, I'm still gonna do things that I have no control over. Like, yeah, you can't do anything about it, so why worry about it? It's a good approach, I think, because otherwise you're gonna be in a lot of trouble trying to figure stuff out. I guess what bothers me the most is that knowing all that, I still worry about things that I don't have any control over. As much as I know I'm gonna die one day, like it's just inevitable, I still worry about what I'm gonna accomplish before I die. Like I think a lot of people are just coping with death, like everyone knows eventually we all die. So I think we're just coping in our own ways. Like everybody does what they want to try to pretend like they're not gonna die at any moment. You can get run over tomorrow, right? So you don't know how long you have to live. So we're all just coping with that idea. The sooner you accept that, the more you can, live life. Jeez, how did this conversation go this way? It's crazy. Live streaming is weird. trying to figure it all out, man. You know what I really don't want to do is become a guru of any kind. Gurus are scary to me. Cult leaders, those guys scare the crap out of me. I don't want anyone to ever think of me as some kind of guru, but damn, dude. It is tempting. All that power. I also thought about this. Our brain only is capable of making limited things because of its structure. If we had different brains, we would do different things, but I don't care about that. Yeah, it comes back to the brain. Like, imagine if your brain was located somewhere below your legs. Like, when I think in my head, but if my brain was by my feet, would I just think by my feet? How does the brain work? God damn it. My uncle once told me, if there is a solution, just don't worry. If there is not, just don't worry. Yeah, it comes back to like, what do you have control over? What can you actually influence in your immediate surroundings, and focus on that stuff, and you'll be all right. And even if things don't go well, at least you tried to deal with the stuff you could deal with. No need to worry about stuff you don't actually control at all. So that's generally a good idea, but it's easier said than done. Sometimes your mind doesn't let you do that, and it pinpoints things that you can't control, and it makes you focus on those things, and that's where psychosis gets crazy, and you're just like, what's going on? I'm having a crisis right now. I don't know what color to make his gloves. I think I got it though. Oh man. Makes sense to me, says Luca Rubino. I think there's a beauty in not knowing everything though. Yeah, I've talked about this before on stream, where I was like, if everything was exactly as it should be, like, I think life would be kind of messed up. Like, there's a reason why we can't get to the bottom of anything in life. I think it would just destroy the whole illusion, if we actually knew what was going on. It would just be like, well, I guess there's no point anymore. Like, imagine what would happen to all the Elden Ring lore theorists if one of them figured it all out. They were like, oh, hey guys, I figured out Elden Ring. I know exactly what's going on now. This is Melina, this is Ronnie, this is why they're this way. And we don't have to lore search anymore. We figured it out. Like, that would destroy the lore community. They'd be like, God damn it, don't ever make a video like that. We'll be out of a job. And that's kind of life. Like, if you get to the bottom of life, kind of ruins it. Okay, I think I'm gonna make his gloves reddish. Holy crap, it took me like 10 minutes to figure out what color. That's insane. All of us would be, bruh. Let's never get to that point. Let the mystery remain a mystery. Dangerous to know too much. I want to get to a point where I'm just, I don't know, calm. Just want to be calm most of the time. I don't want to be full of anxiety. I wish I could just turn off anxiety and live life normally. But everything gives me some sort of anxiety. It's basically my biggest problem. When I started streaming, I was like really anxious. I was like, God damn it. I don't want to stream like this. I want to be calm and relaxed. In real life, I wear a hoodie all the time. So the thing is, my hoodie is always a different color. Like, I literally just rip off a hoodie from like a long sleeve shirt or something, and I wear just the hoodie with other clothes, and it's just my own personal hoodie that I wear. So I'm giving this guy his own hoodie that he wears. That's not part of his outfit necessarily, it's just something he has there. I don't know why I'm doing that, but yeah. Gotta give him a little bit of myself in there. But that's why his hoodie is that color, because it's basically a tribute to my hoodie in real life. If you don't wear hoodie, you're missing out. Oh crap, I just realized it's 11 o'clock over here now. I gotta get going soon. Maybe like 5 more minutes or something, maybe. To be fair, you've sounded pretty chill in streams I've watched. Yeah, no, it's all an act though, dude. Outside of streams, I'm like tripping balls. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta pay rent, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I gotta get to work on Monday properly. I got my car needs to get washed. Oh my, why is my car so dirty? Blah 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 blah. It just keeps going like that. That's my mind. It's not good. I gotta stop doing that. Yeah, faking being calm is not what do you call it? You need to actually get to the point where you're actually calm to be properly calm, you know? Like otherwise it's just like you have to put on an act, and I don't like doing acts, you know? Anything act related. I mean, I don't know, maybe we're all just acting anyway. Maybe it's all just a big act anyway, but I think I prefer to just not have to like use the mental horsepower to do that, you know? If that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now. Not healthy. Not healthy. What's not healthy? I don't know. I'm not a healthy dude, probably. Everything I do is unhealthy. Just kidding. I try to actually eat healthy. I try to exercise. It's good stuff, but I was born unhealthy, I think. I think I just have really weird genetics, man. I like how none of this works, really. Yeah, there we go. I'm in the right layer. Okay. Go back. I just want to get base colors down, and then I'll probably be done today. Then I'm gonna spend the rest of the day working on my Elden Ring book. I just need to get a jump start. Need to finish that thing. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to do one more thing actually. Gonna work on his key. Oh, well, whatever. Let's see, what is this guy's name? Do I already have a little story for my Wanderer? Yes, I do. I guess I'll end stream with explaining this guy a little bit better, because I didn't explain much that well. His name is Argyle, and he's named after Uncle Argyle in Braveheart. You know Uncle Argyle? He's basically, I wanted to combine Uncle Argyle, and he's Let me get, hold on, maybe I can use, hold on, I haven't used text in Krita, so I'm gonna try it out. I don't know which font this is gonna give me. And it's not working. What the? What's that? Nope. Okay, never mind. Why text tool like this? Yeah, I could talk about Elden Ring all day. I don't know why the text tool works this way, but okay, let me just write it down with a pen. Okay, this is gonna be really bad, but what? Oh, this is the wrong layer. It's a vector layer? Oh, that's why. Okay, let me go back, do another layer. Okay, here we go. His name is Argyle, and he's a cartographer. He maps certain areas of the Eternal Ruins. So he carries around a book, this book down here, and he keeps track of what's going on in certain areas of the ruin because he gets lost. He lost his ability to speak, like to other wanderers. He can't talk to them. So he befriended duelists and he can speak their language, but now he can't talk to wanderers because he's been so socially isolated for so long. He's one of the first, so he's Argyle, the first cartographer. Wow. That looks really bad. I wrote that really dumb. Okay, he's the first cartographer. Don't mind my handwriting here. I don't normally do bad handwriting. I just kind of, yeah, he's a cartographer, dude. He's a, what do you want to call it, a master traveler, and he's also a spirit warden. Juke says your stream remind me of Bob Ross. It's so relaxing. Sick. Yeah, I'm glad people find it useful in some way, even if it's just relaxing. His interests are, what do you want to say? Let's see. He likes cartography, obviously, map making. He likes drawing, and he likes exploring certain sections of the ruins that are unkind to other travelers, let's say. Weird things happen in certain sections where there's some weird energies going on. And his favorite meal is what he likes to eat is hard-boiled eggs, like soft-boiled eggs. And he also likes to eat moss-covered mushrooms if he can find them in his area because they're really rare. And his greatest fear is fear itself. He's also mostly afraid of losing his memory because he lost his ability to speak, and he's afraid he's going to lose his memory. And I don't want to write everything down because I don't have a proper brush for it. I need like a calligraphy brush to do that properly. I guess there is one in here, but anyway, I'll just talk about it. And then other notes I was going to say, he's about how he befriended these duelit people. He's basically he saved them from some kind of scenario, I guess. Like he found them, they got stranded or something in some parts of the ruin, and he was able to get them to safety. He became their adopted parent thing, like guardian, and now they kind of work together as a team. What being is he? Let's see. The thing is, I don't want to give away like what he actually is under all that clothes, because there's kind of this thing going on where he's not quite humanish, like he's actually something else. But he became this. He used to be a wanderer, let's say, and he became something else. And now he's constantly hooded because he doesn't want anyone to actually see what he's become. And it's basically part of like, I was kind of putting a lot of myself into this character, though. That's why I always carry a hoodie, because I don't want people to see who I really am, you know? I don't want them to see me properly. I always trying to obscure myself in some way. Hence why I'm a no-face YouTuber kind of thing. I like to keep it vague in terms of what he is under there, but he's definitely not normal. If you uncloak him, he's He's kind of strange looking under there. And then yeah, that was basically it. He likes hoarding artifacts is the other thing. He likes collecting stuff. Like he finds mostly just other people's artifacts. If he can find artifacts, or if he finds other people's relics, I guess you can call them. He likes to keep those, and he'll trade you for stuff, but he's not gonna, you know, give away anything for free. He wants to barter and trade and get what he needs. So he's not always like super nice, like selfless. He's very much transactional. He'll give you things for other things, and if it's worth the trade, he'll do the trade. And yeah, that's basically it. That's my guy, Argyle, the silent cartographer, because he can't speak anymore, based off Halo, the cartographer level. I know, that's why I like about the fact that he's a cartographer. Like, he maps the way, but he himself is a lost soul. Like, he's a lost person, you know? Like, he represents a little bit of me in that way, that I'm lost, but I like to make maps that, you know, are basically useless to anybody. Like, my map making in real life is just maps for places that don't exist. And he maps parts of the eternal ruins that people should not be in. So yeah, that's basically what this guy was about. And yeah, I didn't really get into doing the rendering that I would do for this guy. I kind of just did flat colors for now. Eventually I'll finish him up, but I think the stream's gone on long enough. I have no idea how long I've been going. I just wanted to test out Krita, really. Turned into this whole thing, but yeah. Oh, looks like Velrock is here. How's it going, dude? I guess you missed the stream, but I don't know. I guess you could rewatch it if you want. I don't know. Reminds you of Hollow Knight. Actually, I haven't played Hollow Knight, but maybe. Yeah, Hollow Knight. I like the look of Hollow Knight for sure. Actually, his face was inspired by what's that guy from Final Fantasy? One of the characters in there. I forget his name. Yeah, and then the Duelit people are just basically from Sam's project. I kind of just plot them in there to give him a little more connection to the ruins. And he's got a satchel full of stuff that he has really important tools for his sketchbook. And yeah, I think that's basically it for now. I'm gonna, you know, flesh him out a little more, but yeah, that's basically it. Oh my god, 3 hours. It felt like 2 hours, but holy cow. I'm glad that I was able to do 3. Before I wasn't able to because my camera would overheat, but yeah. I think Vivi is the character I'm talking about. Not sure for sure, but yeah. Okay, so I was gonna, you know, color in his other stuff, but I've gone on too long. I'm actually, it's kind of crazy how many people like were involved in chat today. That I got a little weird today, man. So yeah, thanks for putting up with my weirdness. And yeah, sorry I was if there was too many technical difficulties with Krita. I'm still getting used to all this stuff. Yeah. Also, you know what sucks? I don't know how to actually end streams. How are you supposed to end these things? Are you supposed to say, okay, so, like, do I have to have a sign out, like signing out Artie's artifacts is done. Go away now. Just kidding. All right, I'll see you guys later. I'm just gonna end it now. Peace out. Oh wait, Corgiano has a question. What's up, bud? I will answer any questions if you got them real quick. I'm always down to answer just one more before I go. If not, forever hold your peace. I'm gonna give you 10 more seconds. 10, 8, 4, 0. Cristiano, where are you at, buddy? Just say, together we will leave street. Okay, here you are. Your world building project. How did you make the journal? It is dope. Dude, thanks. Yeah, I just, it was just a big sketchbook. How did I build it, dude? I made a video about how I kind of went about it, but basically it's just take a bunch of notes, play the game. take a take note of things that were interesting to me and put them in there. And yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, remember that I have part 3 coming out soon, so be on the lookout for that, I guess. And then, yeah, together. All right, bye.